First, we are celebrating a big birthday. Old Fort Niagara's French castle is turning 300 years old. Yeah, you heard that right. 300. Built in 1726, the French castle has stood guard over the mouth of the Niagara River, witnessing 3 centuries of history. And there are some special events planned, of course, throughout the spring and summer. But the main event is this weekend with a rededication and a reenactment. Here to tell us more about that is Executive Director at Old Fort Niagara, Bob Emerson. Bob, thank you so much for joining us today from Most Buffalo.
I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, I just said it to you. We always know summer and June kind of comes around when it's here. Old Fort Niagara prepares for this, right? It's a popular event. What are we doing here?
Right, and this is special because it's the 300th. So in 1726, on June 8th, of that year, the French landed at the mouth of the Niagara River and they started building the French castle. So we're commemorating that. We have a live reenactment of the landing. The sailing vessel that's bringing in the troops is the USS Tripp, recently constructed by the Buffalo Maritime Center. We're going to reenact that. We have Haudenosaunee dancers who will be sharing song and dance from the people who lived here before the French arrived. We have the rededication ceremony at 2 o'clock. We have a lot of dignitaries, including the Consul General of France. We have the President of the Seneca Nation attending, and elected officials. So we'll be commemorating that 300th officially at 2 o'clock. But we have activities going on all day.
Yeah, a long list of activities, right? When we talk about 300 years, just to say 300 years, there's so much that happens in between those years, right? So what does it mean to be able to mark 300 years?
Well, the French castle is the oldest building in the entire Great Lakes Basin, and it's been through many incidents over the years. It's been involved in several conflicts. The British captured it from the French in 1759. British held it through the Revolutionary War, and then the United States gets it in 1796. British capture it back in the War of 1812, and it came to the U.S. at the end of that conflict. So it's changed hands a lot of times in its history.
To be able to open up and say, invite the community in. So how is this helping people kind of step back in time in an interactive way? Well,
we use a lot of living history techniques to bring history alive for people, and that goes for everyone from school kids to senior citizens. It's really a multi-sensory experience when you can see the sights and hear the sounds and sometimes even smell the wood smoke that we use for cooking fires. So it makes history more tangible, more immersive than just reading about it in a book.
And this is happening on June 5th. That starts on June 5th, right? And this goes for a couple of days, if I'm correct?
June 5th is a school day where we have a couple hundred school children coming in to experience the early 18th century. And then Saturday is the big day with all of the reenactments and the dedication ceremonies and artillery salutes and music and all that good stuff. And then Sunday we have some special tours of the fort to wrap up the weekend.
Yeah, what time does this all take place? I know there are a lot of dates here.
Yeah, the Saturday programs start at 10 and wrap up around 4 p.m. But if you're coming, you want to make sure you're there by 11 to watch the reenactment of the landing. And you want to be there at 2 o'clock for the dedication.
Really good advice. We have about 30 seconds left. Anything else that you think I missed that you want to add?
Well, a lot of people from this area, they come to Fort Niagara in 4th grade and then they don't come back. So we're inviting everybody back to see what's changed. A lot has changed. We've added a lot of new things, new exhibits, new programs. So come on back and see us.
And hopefully you have beautiful weather like we do today, right?
Oh, I hope so.
Crossing our fingers. Thanks so much, Bob, for joining us from Most Buffalo today. We appreciate you.
Thank you.